Okay, how's everybody doing this evening? My name is Kent. I'm in Carlsbad, California. This is State Street. Actually, not very busy tonight. Really not busy at all. Very slow. So I want to talk about jobs tonight because there's a lot of people out there struggling to find a job in today's economy. In fact, the jobs report's going to come out here pretty quick, and that's one of the main indicators of what the Federal Reserve does with interest rates. But I want to talk about that. I want to focus on young people because young people are struggling today. And if you're struggling with finding a job, you're not alone, my friend. There's a lot of people struggling with jobs that are younger, men and women. And it's not your fault. There's not something wrong with you because you're not finding a job that's paying all your way and getting all your bills and buying a house, a new car, and everything like that. Those kind of jobs don't exist, or very few. And you've been sold a bill of goods. The bill of goods you've been sold is, hey, go to school. When you graduate from college, get a big student loan. Go to college, get a big student loan that we'll never be able to get rid of because you can't BK them, you can't bankrupt them. They last forever. They'll take you'll die with that student loan. Either die with it, paying it, or you will die with it as far as it being on your credit report for the rest of your life. Thanks to the Congress that said it's the first time they've had debt that is literally undischargeable. You can't discharge that debt. So you've been told to go to school, get a big student loan, and then when you get out, that you're going to be offered a huge job that's going to take care of you, pay your bills, let you buy a house, raise a family, and do all that stuff. Well, that's been a big lie. And it's been a lie for a long time. It's been a lie since I was a young man. There weren't great jobs available when I was a young person. So it's really hard now. And the fact that everybody just says get a job is just so cliche. It's just so something people say because they don't know what else to say. If someone's struggling, go to the military or get a job. And I guess going to the military is getting a job. So I wanted to talk about that because there were two things that the money people in this world, the people and the movers and the shakers, the people that make the decisions, there are two things that they're concerned about more than anything. Number one is they're concerned about a younger population becoming disengaged, uninterested, and checking out. That's a huge, huge worry for people that have money. There are people that are making policies and monetary decisions in this country. The second thing these people are totally frightened of is the fact that prices will go down. Prices will collapse because people become scared, uninterested, and they just decide to sell and take the money and sit on it, hoard the money. So the money doesn't free flow throughout the economy, so everybody can have some place in the economy. They won't want the money to be taken out of assets. They don't want assets to be dropped, fall, and they don't want the young people to be unengaged and quit working and not want to do anything. And that's their biggest concern. And that's a real concern. I mean, that's a huge concern, especially for today, because people do become unengaged, they become disinterested. And the reason they got to have these young people be engaged is because that's the strength of the economy, is these young people that have energy and time, that haven't got families, that aren't doing stuff. Those are the people that are out there. Those are the producers in the world. But if they can't make it, if they don't feel like they're making it, they're not going to try anymore. And that's going to be a huge problem for them. So a lot of what you're seeing today is to try to keep the younger people engaged and tell them that, hey, you still got a chance to do this or do that. And, that's why they let you go to school, college for 4 years, 5 years, however many years you want to go to college, give you a student loan so you get to have a good time and you get wrapped up in their system. And then when you get out, you got to go out and find a job, and then you got to really hustle, so they put you under the gun right away. So now you got to produce. If you don't produce and make your student loans, and it's all built in so that you can go out and produce, make something happen and make the economy grow. And then so older people that own things, that own homes, businesses, assets, real estate, they don't have to do much. They can just sit back and let the younger people generate income and wealth, run their businesses, rent their homes, rent their apartments, and they can just sit back and accumulate money. And so you got this huge, huge difference between the people that don't have anything and the people that do have something. It's becoming, and we don't have any middle class anymore. We just have the people that are wealthy and then the people that they use to go out and generate stuff in the world today. They have to earn money in order to rent their expensive apartment building, apartments and all this other stuff. So that's where the young people are at today. So if you're fixed in that group, you shouldn't be discouraged because there are ways out. The first way out is probably not to go to college and take out a big student loan. That's going to bury you from the very beginning. The second way out is it's hard to make a lot of money in this world. in one way, but in another way, there's never been an easier time to make a lot of money in the world. And the reason I say that is because you have access to so much information and so many ways of making money that haven't been available for very many years. They just become available here recently. Even like this YouTube channel, making YouTube videos, stuff like that. There's so many people doing stuff like that, which is where you should be focusing your time and energy on building an audience for yourself, building something that people connect with you, where you can go out and you can talk to people through a YouTube channel, through a social media platform, and you can build people to follow you and like you and enjoy your content every day. And then you can use those people to not only generate a monetization thing like on YouTube, but to also do things like selling products to them or doing stuff like that. I mean, this is the new way of people are doing. This is what things are being done. I was a drop shipper in the early 2000s. I was probably one of the first drop shippers that was on the internet doing that. I was selling these little roller shoes with wheels underneath them. And that business was really good. I wish I would have stayed with it. But, it kind of was a niche product and it kind of died out. But there was no way I was going to get a job to mimic the kind of income I was making by selling those roller shoes, especially early on in the internet. So you have to be a little bit out of the box. You got to think a little bit differently, but there are ways to do it. And really, that's it. I mean, outside of somebody just doing something really crazy. In fact, there's a viral video out, and I saw that video right away. I saw it before it had too many views on it. And it's about a guy, MIT surgeon, brain surgeon, neurosurgery, who just quit his job because he wasn't happy. Unfulfilled, unsatisfied, unhappy, just quit his job. So here's a guy that got one of the top jobs you can get, and he didn't want to go through with it. He just didn't want to do it. He wanted to. He didn't feel good about his job. He's kind of a soft-spoken guy, and he talks in kind of a meandering way. But the point of the matter is here he is. He's got a great job, great position, and he just checked out. He says, man, I just checked out. I'm done. And that's what the money people are afraid of. They're afraid of people like that guy who just check out. They're done. They're finished. They're going to take a walk with their dog in the mountains and do videos on YouTube about mountain streams and being outside in the outdoors. I mean, that's basically what that guy's done. He's checked out of his brain surgery job. He's not going to make the hospital any more money. He's not going to make his medical practice any more money. He's going to walk his dog in the mountains and make videos for YouTube about how to enjoy your life, or how to at least live a life of peace and a life of satisfaction, rather than a life where you're going to be under the gun and under the grind. And his thing in that video was he felt that his surgeries weren't really helping people as much as he thought he should be helping people. So he kind of, he had a moral issue too. Just, hey, I'm operating on people and their spinal cords, and they're just not getting better. In fact, a lot of times they're getting worse. I'm sure you've seen the video. A lot of people, I think it's got 15 or 20 million views by now, maybe even more than that. But that's not the only person. I see people all the time that check out of their Google job, check out of their Facebook job, check out of their Amazon job, because they're not interested anymore. It isn't paying the bills, and they don't feel fulfilled. And some of them that are doing that, they're doing that as well as doing something else on the side in social media or some other way, even painting street curbs, anything like that. I mean, there's so many things you could do. But going out and getting this fantastic job thrown in your lap probably isn't going to be it's not going to be very viable. It's not going to be very successful. You probably won't get it done. So that's what people, and don't feel like you're missing out or you're losing if you're not there where you need to be. Because the one thing I would say to anybody, especially a young person at my age, is you need to start walking in a direction, even if it's a crawl, even if it's a very slow crawl. You need to start moving in a direction. And as you move in that direction, things will start to open up for you. You have to make the first movement. And you have to make the first movement. And you have to keep going. You'll never get anywhere by sitting down. But you'll only get somewhere if you start moving or walking, crawling, whatever you want to do. I don't care how far you get to go. If you stay at it long enough, you're going to get there. Just keep going. But you got to take the first step. And that's what I would encourage anybody to do. Take the first step. And keep going, and don't worry about what happens after the first step, because you'll be able to take the second, third, and fourth, and fifth, and eventually some door will open, something will happen for you, and it will be you will be where you want to be if you just keep focusing on that one thing, and don't get discouraged. And hopefully that works out for people, because that's just basic information that anybody needs, especially if they're feeling a little bit down about not doing as well as they thought they were going to do. Because let me tell you, we've all been there. We've all been there. We've all been in positions where we felt like, hey, what's wrong with me? Why am I not fitting in? Why didn't I do better? That plagues everybody throughout their life. So anyway, I'm going to turn the camera around so you get to see me. So I can tell you I'm not AI or not some auto-generated bot making a video. So let me turn the thing around. I think there's a train coming too. So I'll turn this around. Oh man, I got the camera. I got the light on. So anyway, I appreciate you watching.